I'm Stewart. I've been running Get It Loud in Libraries for 11 years now. This advocacy video is all about what we do and how you can do it too. It's not rocket science, but I think if you follow the way we do it, you're in for a good time. So we work with all kinds of libraries. We work with big, posh, spanking, glassy libraries like Liverpool Library, or we work with small Carnegie libraries like the ones in Kendal and Barrow. It really doesn't matter. You're just going to be creative with your space. If you can roll back those stacks, you can put a gig on in the library. So getting the ball rolling, your library really is going to be prepped for the show around 6 hours before doors. First things to expect, your PA is going to arrive. Around the same time that the PA arrives, your artist will arrive. I've got to say the favourite part of gig day is meeting and greeting the artist. Sounds shallow, but it's just so brilliant. See the artist, see what their reaction to the library space is. That for me is a really warm kind of response to what we're doing with the Get It Loud in Libraries programme. So once your PA's arrived and your band have arrived, it's time to set up your stage. By that time the books have been rolled out of the way and you've got no normal library users around the space. Once the stage is set up and the PA is all together, then we can sound check. Sound check can take around an hour and a half. Once sound check's sorted, that's when we can interview bands, and that's when our digital producers get to increase their skills by interviewing some of the best bands around. So within your artist's green room, we provide a rider. What you find is the band don't touch the rider generally till after the gig, so they might have an apple or two and a bottle of water, but they'll only drink alcohol after the gig, so don't worry about bands being drunk and disorderly in your library. It doesn't happen. So one of the last partners who's going to arrive on a gig is your security. Always book security. It just makes everybody within the space feel welcome and safe, and most of them are first aiders as well, so you've got that in your locker as well. Once it comes down to doors, we open up and the public come in, guided by the security. The gig's not sold out, there'll be tickets on the door, and those are sold by our young people, our young producers and volunteers. We like people to come into a noisy space, so there'll be music playing when people come into the venue. 15 minutes after doors is generally when the support band comes on. The support band will play something like half an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. Then there's a brief hiatus of 15 minutes, half an hour while there's a switch over, and then your headline band, they'll play for about 45 minutes to an hour. That's when our social media goes into overdrive, so we use Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, all the usual stuff, and that's led by our digital producers. So after the gig, it's really important for us to collect feedback, not just for us, but for our funders, and each of those funders is looking for the social impact of what we do, as well as the quality of the art. Another great thing about Get It Loud in Libraries is the way it develops staff. It takes them way out of their comfort zone, but it's very relevant. What we're doing is a resource. It's just a live resource. It allows staff to learn new skills, make new partnerships and develop new relationships with the community. So staff benefit from Get It Loud in Libraries as much as the punters who come in to enjoy the music. A lot of bands these days love playing intimate boutique spaces, and libraries fit the bill perfectly. If you've got a small library and you want to put on an intimate gig, come and talk to us because we can help you out with that. So that's the day in the life of Get It Loud in Libraries. We've been doing it for 11 years. We've had huge success. We've had the vaccines. We've had No One in the Whale. We've had Jessie J. We've had huge bands all engaging with the library and engaging with new audiences in smaller towns around the UK. So whether you're a small library or a large library, whether you want to put on folk music for kids on a Saturday morning, or you want to put full metal on for the community at night, it really doesn't matter. The choice is yours. That music in the library is going to make a huge difference to your community. I really think you should get involved.